I'll be damned if I don't. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'll be damned if I don't. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't use the word can't cause I can. If you're wondering why, it's because I'm a grown-ass man. Welcome to the huddle. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you already know that you are enough. Enough to get it right when everything going wrong. We know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. So if you paying me some attention right now in the moment or on the replay, I want you to know sincerely I give my all to be worthy. Showtime, Brother Kamara. You know how it go. Let's run the play. Want to give a shout out to my executive producer, my wardrobe coordinator. I say, baby, what I'm wearing today. She say, white on white. I say, why? She say, cause you speak pure tonight. You speak from your soul. You speak pure. Say, let's go. Let's go. Give a shout out to my co-host, the greatest co-host in the whole world, my home girl, Alexa. Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
That's anytime, every time, all the time. We all we got. We all we need. And as long as you understand, it's all good. All the time, anytime, every time. Tonight word, man, is segregate. Segregate. I've been hearing a whole lot of social tension about segregating, about racial despair, racial separatism, racial this, racial that, separating one side from the other, segregation. Gonna make it simple. Alexa, what is the meaning of segregate?
As a verb, segregate is usually defined as to separate or set apart from others or from the main body or group, isolate. As a noun, segregate is usually defined as a segregated thing, person, or group. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for segregate.
To separate, to set apart, to isolate from a group or body. Who do you segregate yourself from? What do you segregate yourself from? What has been segregated from you? The question is more powerful than the answer. It's words to grow on. One more time. Alexa, what is the meaning of segregate?
As a verb, segregate is usually defined as to separate or set apart from others or from the main body or group, isolate. As a noun, segregate is usually defined as a segregated thing, person, or group. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for segregate.
There was a farmer who had a barn full of seeds, powerful seeds, had the potential to grow powerful crops. But in the barrel, they were mixed in with weak seeds, rotten seeds. Seeds that you could look at if you knew about seeds and know that they would not sprout right, but they were mixed in with all the powerful seeds. This farmer thought it would be too much time. So that year he planted his crop with all the seeds mixed in. He had a patchy crop. He had a patchy harvest. In some spots it was full, in some spots nothing came. It cost him that. Had a patchy crop. So the next season, he thought to himself as he went to his barn full of seeds. See, I got to segregate. I got to pick the powerful, strong ones that look healthy, that I know will sprout and give a harvest. I got to separate them, set them apart from the seeds that look weak and rotten. So he took some time and he segregated the barn of seeds. That year, his crop grew full and thick throughout the fields because he had to segregate the strong. This ain't deep. Segregation is a powerful thing. We've all been told growing up to segregate, to set ourselves apart from those around us, that those that cared saw enough to say they going in the wrong direction. Segregate yourself, set yourself apart, break away from the group. When I was 16, went over to my grandma and my granddad's house, my daddy's parents. During this time, I was inspired and cultivated by my big cousin. I don't mean no disrespect to him or nobody when I say this, but he called himself this today, a street nigga. But I admired him. He taught me what it was to shine, to get the limelight. When I was 16, he had a 73 Caprice that was piped out. He pulled in the parking lot and everybody looked. He had gold TV, he had gold chains. He was a street nigga looking like the best. I admire this. I admire what it looked like. I said, that's how you shine. It's my cousin. But he on the cousin on the other side. He the cousin on my mama's side. I'm sitting down with my grandma and my granddaddy, my daddy's people. Because I'm learning how to shine. But I'm working for mine. I'm flicking fries at McDonald's. I'm cutting hair. I'm doing everything I can to save money. My daddy had an old 69 Chevy. I put paint on it, put chrome on it, put a system on it. I went and got me real gold teeth. I mean, I wanted to shine like my big cousin, but I knew I had to get it my way. But when the shine got bright, everybody saw it, but nobody understood the source of the light. So my grandparents say, you need to stop hanging around the wrong crowd, Trav. I didn't understand what they were saying. They was telling me I need to segregate. I need to break away, set myself apart. At 16, I didn't understand what they were saying. I felt offended because I knew they was making a reference to drug dealing and being a street nigga. But it hurt me that they wouldn't realize that who I was at the moment. I'm a football star, academically gifted. So I got in my emotions talking to my grandmama and them and my granddaddy because I felt like they was talking through me and not to me. So I said, Grandmama, don't y'all see me with the wrong crowd. Y'all see the wrong crowd with the right one. I couldn't understand the idea of you telling me to segregate from my people, from my family, from my cousin. I ain't know what that meant. . But as I got older, and I done, goddamn, turn heads every time I hit a parking lot my whole life, and I got to realize that a car don't really matter to me no more. And as I just simply matured, found myself segregating, setting myself apart. Found myself alone. Found myself realizing what kind of man I am. So you hear the words and you have negative connotations. See, the only time we hear segregate is when we think about racial despair and Jim Crow. Yeah, they set themselves apart from us. See, in segregation, in that context, in that concept, or that context, we all we had, we all we need. There was no segregation amongst us. We couldn't set ourselves apart. If you were smart, if you didn't know anything at all, if you could do everything or you couldn't do nothing at all, we was all together as one. There was no segregation. The segregation was we knew who we was, and we looked like me. And we couldn't go over there with them. And I don't know if that was a bad thing. It was a thing. My daddy grew up in it. My granddaddy grew up in it. I'm 46. I'm the first generation of my lineage. I'm my grandmama's oldest grandson. I'm the first generation of their lineage who experienced true integration. So this ain't deep. But when they integrated us, which is the opposite of segregation. See, segregation means to set apart, to disconnect. We was disconnected from their system. We was disconnected from their circles. We was disconnected from where they dined in their sacred place that they call divine. And it's still the same way, because on a Sunday morning, we segregate. We set apart when we praise God. We set apart. But then we came into the age of integration. When you interconnect. See, in integration, when they allowed us to connect back into their system, they go back to the segregation with my grandma. See, at once upon a time, we was all one. The small, the ignorant, the strong, the weak. But when integration came, we segregated from each other. We set ourselves apart. And the ones who could set themselves apart to go interact, to go integrate and reconnect into that system and thrive and strive, we became the good seeds that would grow a harvest for the system that segregated us at one time. That's when our communities, like Greertown, which my great-grandfather was a founding member as a mason and a builder, with Bill Billingsley, that we know as Billingsley Road, who owned 400 acres around there. And they built the town called Greertown when we were segregated. And we were set apart from white people. But then as we got integrated, those wanted to set themselves apart to show that I'm worth more, I'm worthy of more. We went and interconnected back into the system, left there. Now Greertown, loud as representatives and proud as representatives, is street niggas. And my granddad was born in 1920. He died in 2006. And up until the day he died, he said, you set yourself apart. So segregation is a real thing that you got to understand. And as I became the first generation to be integrated, I'm talking about my daddy born in 1955, another white man who born in 1955, son. We sitting in a room in a sincere moment. And I can call him brother at South Mecklenburg in a way that my daddy can't understand it and his daddy can't understand it. And still to this day, I can see some of those that I call brother, whether it was through football or academics. And I know that I understood a certain kind in them that was in me beyond our skin colors. That's what integration did. We both got plugged into. It happens every day, all day. The national reading comprehension level is on a third grade level. So if your child right now reads on a grade level or above, they are segregated. They are pulled away from the general, from the group. They are plucked out like good seeds, set over here so that they can't be tainted by the bad seeds and they can cultivate an academic type of energy amongst peers. I'm talking about academically gifted. Where you don't see none of your friends no more in school once you get off the bus. Because you segregate. See, everybody playing the victim. I think desegregation and integration destroyed us. We come a long way, but we went the wrong way. See, back when we were set apart, we understood we all we got, we all we need. The lowest man got the love of the high man, and the high man got the respect of the low man. We had family values. We understood that a family was a man, a woman, and their children. Now, the only reference of family since we've been integrated is cousins. Don't nobody got a family. Everybody in a family. And the only time you reference family is you talking about your cousins and they cousins and they cousins. Ain't nobody talking about their husband, their wife, and their children. And if you standing in that truth or even know that that is the truth, you're a certain kind, I promise you, that simply segregate themselves from bullshit. Just talking the truth. You don't understand it. You got to, and you got to know your position. This ain't good, this ain't bad, this ain't right, this ain't wrong. To separate, set apart. I love being around what look like me. Understand where I'm coming from. Can get empathy, understanding the feelings. Try to separate myself from anybody that don't understand that. You can call that maturity. You can call that level. You can call that whatever you want to call it. But you better know it's real. You better know it's real. And you better understand how it works so you can work it. Because if you don't understand how it works, it'll get worked on you. So ain't nobody wrong from segregating themselves from me. Because I got a whole system of segregation myself. So we're in a time now where everybody want to play the victim. Oh, they don't want us over there. They segregating us. Oh, they want it to be for only them. So, if that's what they want, give them what they want. If somebody tell you you ain't they kind, why you don't believe them? Don't no street nigga want to come in here and hear what I'm talking about when I'm talking about love, dignity, honor, respect, family, commitment, parenthood, manhood. Don't no street nigga want to hear this shit. So I set myself apart, and they set me apart from them, and it's all good. So you can imagine how I feel about white people that want to set themselves apart. They can't understand the feelings of me. Talking real life shit. I ain't talking make believe. Any man your age was raised by a white man who grew up in Jim Crow. That's all he know is segregation. And I'm not making him wrong. I'm not making you wrong. That's where you get it wrong at. Because when you try to make it right or wrong, you turn yourself into a victim. Going all the way back to slavery, that was business. In every white person's mind, that was business. And we hear cliche rhetoric like you separate business and pleasure. When you're doing business, you take your feelings out of it. Well, it was business to them, but it was life for us. So our feelings didn't have nothing to do with money. It was rooted in our soul. So when we trying to get them to understand how we feel, they can't feel what we feel. It ain't no empathy there. And if you keep trying to force a round peg through a square hole, some of the time you've been goddamn young to now that you old, it ain't about that. It's about you. Fuck you expect. Fuck you expect. What the fuck do you expect? What the fuck is you crying about in 2025? Because they trying to segregate themselves. Why ain't you trying to segregate yourself? In Black History Month, we'll get all in a frenzy about shop black, buy black, go black, be black. That's segregation. That's power. We can go do business with the world. Shit ain't deep. Segregate. Segregate. Classism is the makeup that America has put on her bumpy face and past scars of racism. Say it again. Classism is the makeup and mascara that America put on her face from her bumps of scars of past racism. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, where we have a black mayor, a black police chief, a black district attorney, a black sheriff, a black school superintendent, a black city manager, black everything. But we still hollering about a racist system and racist police. I've been in the face of most of these people. So I ain't just talking an opinion, I'm talking a real life observation. This ain't some shit I'm trying to make you believe. This is some shit I want to help you understand. Don't identify as race. It's about their class. It's about I stay in the tax bracket where the school reflects that. The grocery store reflects that. The highways reflect that. And I work hard to segregate myself, to separate myself apart from the general idea of what you would think I represent. That I don't want that class to be in any position with my children and my wife or my better half. So the classism becomes segregation from what we think representatives of us, skin, black, that's a brother, that's a sister. No. They trying to set themselves apart from you like a motherfucker. And I done been in there and I say, hey, brother. And they looking at me like, how did he get in here? Because if he's in here, then he got to understand this concept of segregation. We separating ourselves apart to even be in this room. Hey, who let this black man in the room? Who dare? And I be out of bounds like a motherfucker. Roaring from the top of my soul. Because I don't want to set myself apart. I understand the feelings of all my people in representation from the lowest. And even tying it back to what my grandmama and my granddaddy tried to help me understand as a young man about separating yourself from a street nigga and a nigga who ain't knowing nothing about order and family and structure. Even it's about separating myself from him. I'm in there fighting for his children because he don't know no goddamn better. So somebody got to fight for the children. So it comes back in a 360. But there's so many isms going around. Classism, racism, characterism. All these isms are the segregation that sets us apart. I talk esoteric truth. So all I be doing, talking esoteric truth. Alexa, what is the meaning of esoteric?
The adjective esoteric is usually defined as understood by or meant for only the select few who have special knowledge or interest, recondite. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for esoteric.
Only for those who have a special interest or special knowledge or appetite for the truth. I talk esoterically in a way to try to break it down so that everybody can understand it in its simplest form. But I can get in a room full of brothers or get on some phone with the brothers who believe different things and ideologies and identities and affiliation. And we have 5 different aspects of segregations where each one of us want to set ourselves apart from another to say we're going to break away from the group. And I keep trying to want in my mind, let me take this out to say, I keep trying to want to take in my mind to teach this about the white side, but I'm just going to be honest. I'm so segregated in my thoughts, in my soul, in my spirit, that I want those that look like me and empathize with me, that understand what this struggle is in life, to strive to be goddamn a hero. I just want to segregate my message for those that feel me. I don't really give a fuck about talking about white people. So that's why everything I say is about black people. God damn it, I'm a black man and I'm segregated in my mind. I ain't ashamed of that. And if you ain't ashamed of that, how could you feel some type of way threatened when a white man got that in his mind? That's what supposed to be in his mind, because that's what's in yours. Don't be the victim of that. Cracker Barrel. Fuck Cracker Barrel. If that's a part of their culture, then that's what that is. Did you go to the Soul Shack? Real life shit ain't talking make believe. Charlotte, North Carolina. LaSalle and Bakersford, big time house of style. From 2004 all the way to about 2009. Right beside Tropical Goody. Tinted black windows, sticking red. During the era of the bootleg Jordans. We were segregated. We ain't allowed white folk in the store. You had to get buzzed in. They would stand at the door, knock at the door. We said, we ain't going through that shit no more. It's a high chance that they ain't up to no goddamn good. Segregated part of town. Bakersford Road. Segregated part of town. The black side. Fuck you doing over here? Who wrong? Who wrong? A man as real as his reason. Only time I go over there is when I got a reason. And the reason is always responsibility. And I feel rightful in my reason, in my position, and confident. But if I ain't got no reason, I ain't got no reason. Other than just wanting to go be over there with them. If that's the only reason I got to be over here, is because I just want to be over here with y'all, then I'm going to tell you this right here, man. And this for anybody, white, black, whoever. If somebody in your position around you that ain't got a real reason to be around you in a sincere and genuine moment, they just over there for some other reason other than what's genuine and real, I want you to be a goddamn segregated motherfucker, and you separate yourself in them. That's what my mama and daddy told me in school. If they cutting class, if they smoking weed, if they're doing anything wrong, separate yourself. Set yourself apart. They're having a gay party over there. I ain't saying they right. I ain't saying they wrong. But if they want to segregate themselves and you ain't that and you ain't for that and you ain't around that, ain't no harm, ain't no foul. They got the right to be segregated. What you mad for? Because you can't go? See how Put all the Confederate flags back up. Put all the Confederate monuments back up. That means something to them folk. I love to see the sparkle in their eyes when it means something to them, because it tells me their position. And I ain't saying that's a wrong position, because I got a position. And if they stand in theirs like I stand in mine, I ain't no motherfucking victim. I might be the villain by way I'm finna say and act and do if you turn into opposition. I'll be the villain before I be the victim. So don't you ever, and get out of your mind that you ever being a victim of somebody wanting to separate themselves or set themselves apart from you. You might be blessed. White folk don't want you in there in 2025, which I don't know if that really happens. It might happen in a rural town somewhere way deep down in bubblefuck. But even if then, if my voice travel all the way down there to my brothers and sisters and you enter the doorway where white people don't want you there, I promise you ain't no victim and it ain't no curse. That is more of a gift than anything because ain't nothing sincere in there for you. Take that as a heed and go where it's real. Can't force a round peg through a square hole. Ain't nothing more foolish. Ain't nothing more foolish than a black man going into a white man for a hug. And he don't love you. And he looking at you saying, fuck wrong with you, I'll shake your hand. And I learned that from a racist white. I'll shake your hand. I mean about all that other shit. Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboy fans. Most of them hate Trump. It's a connection for a Dallas Cowboy fan and Trump hate. They love Democrats. All these motherfuckers. Jerry Jones traded his highest paid nigga. They see it one way, but they don't see it another way. And if you really for real, then he wasn't happy there. He didn't want to be there. He got more money. Why you can't be more happy for the black man and his stance to be able to use leverage to get what he want, to being sad for the goddamn white man team? Fuck you mad at when the brother won. But these be the same motherfuckers cussing now. It's how foolish we are. Understand the segregation. It's how foolish we are. We can't even see objectively that the black man won in a bargaining for his skill and his talent. We more emotionally mad because we like the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about a racist white man who now they comparing to Trump, who benefits billions and billions of dollars off the back, just like the game of slavery. And we more upset for his team than we realizing that a brother went against the grain. See, I try to segregate myself from people who can't even see straight. I don't want to be in a group of motherfuckers who can't see that. And that's just perspective. That's just perspective. And I cuss the way I said it like that because we talking football. And some people can't handle cussing. Some people say, why you got to cuss? Well, that's just a way that I like to put a little thing out there so segregation can work. Some people set themselves apart from people like me. Alexa, what is the meaning of segregate?
As a verb, segregate is usually defined as to separate or set apart from others or from the main body or group, isolate. As a noun, segregate is usually defined as a segregated thing, person, or group. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for segregate.
Alexa, what is the opposite of segregate?
Antonyms for segregate meaning discriminate and separate include join, attach, or link.
Join, attach, or link. Mother, father, children. That's what a family is. When a man and a woman join together, attach. Look what I'm saying, attach. This ain't no deep shit. When a man and a woman join together, attach. When they integrate, the opposite of segregate. When they integrate, something happens where they create children and they become one whole. And over the last 50 years, ever since we've been integrated, we have desegregated this, the mother, the father, and the children. We have desegregated when we got integrated and plugged up into their system, and we got took out like the good seeds. You know, the good seeds, the one that can give a good crop. I'm talking about the ones that can go rise to the top, the educated ones. We plugged into that system of business, but we segregated and detached from our souls. So now our family structure is set apart, detached, separated by group. When you integrate, you form a divine team. Just how it is. Ain't nobody but the bullshit, but the bullshit is make you better if you're real enough to deal with it. Everybody got to deal with some bullshit. But that's where it started working. It's all good. But don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Think about all the segregation you put forth every day. I ain't saying some of it good. I ain't saying some of it bad. It's a balance. Too much of anything is bad for the soul. But how much good segregation do you got? How much bad segregation do you got? Who are you setting yourself apart from that you really need to be integrated with and connected? And who are you integrated with and connected with that you really need to goddamn segregate and set yourself apart from? I'm just saying do your inventory to understand the word and what the word means. And don't always hear the word and always simply go to a victim, because it ain't always about being no victim. It's about being the hero or the villain. So that's how they got us fucked up with the word. We hear things in the connotation. That's why I choose this word to grow on. Because every week these words are what cultivates our mind. In the beginning was the word. In the beginning of this show, I had segregate. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know where I was going to go. In the beginning, I just had a word. Every week, in my soul flowing that word. So I ain't talking no make-believe. I'm talking real shit. Because we want to be villains, we hear words from a villain perspective, and we always think everybody finna be the boogeyman and destroy us. And we don't come through everything you can imagine if you hear you hadn't been destroyed. And you represent them old folk that fought and endured. He who shall turn the key shall live forever. They live because you live. They'll never die if you turn the key and integrate with a man and a woman and produce. They'll never die. You live forever. You are forever. You still here. So don't be no victim in this shit. Stop using these words. I think everybody gonna come get us. It's 2025, y'all. I don't talk about the white man because I don't give a fuck about the white man. I give a fuck about my family. Give a fuck about anybody in the moment with me. And yeah, let me say this, put this out of context, because I don't want nobody to take it wrong. In my context of life, sincere and genuine, whether you're white, Asian, I don't care what you is, in that moment, I respect you. I love you. But if you ain't in that moment, I ain't no victim of you. I stand on my square. And if I have to, I'll get the fuck up out of there. I ain't got to be nowhere where I ain't wanted. And I ain't got to have nobody around me that I don't want to. But this ain't business. And this ain't for money. This for my soul. And my soul is about feeling, love, the vibration in my spine. So I want you to feel me more than you hear me. And if you got the spirit and mind to be whatever and you hear me, that's all good. But when I close my eyes, I see who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. I see who I'm talking to. I'm talking. You know what you look like. So don't be ashamed of that, man. Don't be no victim. Don't let these words put you in no feeble ass mind. Segregate yourself from that type of shit. Segregate. It's football season. Everybody finna talk football. If we playing them this Friday, only thing we got to understand is who they is, what they do, and what their intentions is. All rest of the week, I ain't worried about them no more. We got to work on us. And I'm telling you, I done been in enough rooms that's been segregated. Not so much by color, but by stature, by status. And I done been heartbroken when I realized they act like me. But they segregate themselves. So when I say when I'm working on us, that hurt your feelings, that I'm real enough to tell you some shit within us that ain't right, because I really believe in us. And I'm a true representative of us. We all we got, we all we need. And I say this as a man in pure form, I'm talking about my wife and my children. It goes out. They ain't deep, man. Lil, I'm gonna get out of here. I was wanting to sing this song all week. I'm gonna sing it. They said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. They said I never amount to anything. But I'm proud to say that I'm on my way. And I'm doing more and more each day. I'm still holding on to the promises that I made. And I'm never letting go. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, I just wanted to sing it. I heard that earlier, and that song hit me. That was in my spirit. I love y'all. Shout out to your brother Eddie Gray. Keep pounding.
Boy, you shared a football video today that said hero training. That was your caption. Boy, I say that's my brother. And I love you, man. You don't know what that did for me, man. Just for you to recognize that, Junior. Just for you to recognize that. Boy, that meant a lot to me, man. And I love you, man. I love you, brother.